I don't care. It makes me so happy, like in my soul, it makes me happy. Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. I look bad, that's okay. I have John's football state champion. You never have a free moment of peace, ever. I am always answering the phone for someone else. Always. Okay, back to what I was saying. Happy Friday, friends. Today is a good day, I think. Oh, and I have this shirt on. It's like football championship high school shirt. For those of you who don't know, John played football for a very long time. And makes him that much more attractive to me. I know it's not right, but it is what it is. So, today is Friday. What I'm going to do is I'm finally going to package up the giveaway, my 20,000 giveaway. I'm packaging those up and taking them to the post office now. Do you guys want to see them? Aaron and Devin. How stinking cute. A few of my favorite things. Nothing too super special, but you know, just like I wanted them each to get a little bit of like my favorite stuff. And little card in there. I'm gonna put a special card in there for them, and you know, all of the things like that. So I'm excited to get these out finally. It's been like life has just been I talked to both of them a lot, and they're very understanding, so we love them for that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna sit down when I get my life together. I'm gonna sit down and do a Q&A. So I'm excited about that. I don't know why I keep doing things with my hands. I think it's too much caffeine, not really sure, but yeah, I'm gonna do a Q&A. You guys are asking some really good questions. Some questions that I'm really having to think about, which is always good. Some questions about keto, about being a mom, all of the things. So yeah, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna like do a little chit chat, have some questions answered kind of thing eventually. But first, you guys are gonna watch me struggle bus wrap these. Because when Val sent me these, she wrapped them, not in bubble wrap, but like in newspaper, I think, and like 4 out of the 9 broke, and we were stressed. So I went to the dollar store and I bought bubble wrap. So I'm gonna because I don't want them to break. Anybody know how you're supposed to actually do this? I'm just gonna use a whole roll of bubble wrap for each one. Okay, so Devin, Aaron, I'm heading to the post office. I'm going to send them out. I'm super pumped about this because, well, I suck at life, and honestly getting stuff done is not really my forte. So I'm excited that I can do this for them because it's been like a month, maybe a little bit longer. Sorry, girls. Sometimes you guys say I have my life together, but at the end of the day, I'm still borrowing my mom's handheld Dyson because my vacuum's broken, and it's more logical to Lauren in Lauren's life to borrow a vacuum every day instead of buying one. And if you hear me, love this thing, I'll make all the cleaning videos. Sponsor me! I'm kind of kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. Obviously, kind of. Not really. Okay, I've had enough. Everybody has a song that reminds them of high school. This is that song for me, and it's only 9:30 in the morning, and this is ridiculous, but
twice you can have my heart, or we can share it like the last slice. You the fucking best. You the fucking best. You the fucking best. You the fucking best.
Okay, so that's done at the post office. I love the people that work at the post office, like Robert, and I think her name, I don't know her name, but I know Robert. He's so nice. But does the post office give anyone else anxiety? It's so quiet in there. Everybody seems grouchy that's in line, and nobody wants to wait, and I'm like using all the tape to package my box, and it's like, crack, crack. They're all looking at me crazy. Like, I have anxiety now. Like, that was stressful. But they're sent out. Yes! We're gonna have another giveaway at 25,000 subscribers. So, 3,000 more of you, and I'm gonna do a huge giveaway. And by huge, I don't really know how big, but big enough. Bigger than this one. So, tell your friends. Everybody loves free stuff. This is America. Hey friends. Hey guys. So, I took you a little bit along with me this morning. Nothing crazy. Just a little bit too much car karaoke. But, oh my god. I'm sure my mother cringes every time I leave one of those in. Priscilla probably does too, just because it's not ladylike. Sorry, Sil. Love you, girl. It's the bubbles. You guys a little bit along with me. Guys with me this morning. And I asked earlier if you guys had any questions on Instagram, so if you're not on my Instagram, why? Just kidding, kind of. I'm gonna leave the link for my Instagram down below, but I asked you guys there to ask me questions that you wanted me to answer for you here, so here we go. I have some really good ones, some juicy ones, some interesting ones, some questions I really wasn't expecting. Yeah, that's what comes with a Q&A, so let's continue forward, shall we? So, the first question is, how much do you tend to exercise while on keto? This is from Zoe P&G. How much do you tend to exercise on keto? I really don't. I know that tends to freak people out that I don't exercise. I live a relatively active lifestyle, but not truly active. Every once in a while I'll go on a walk, but I do not exercise. I wear exercising clothes, but I don't exercise. Not advocating for no exercise, I just don't exercise. It's not my thing. Should be, because it's really good for you, but it's not. Sorry. Sherry Bell 06 asks, how are you doing with electrolyte balance? I seem to have to adjust every once in a while because I will have keto flu symptoms occasionally, even after 5 months on keto. Well, I've also noticed the same thing. This is probably the 1000th time that John and I have gotten back into ketosis. I am currently in ketosis. I have lost 7 pounds since Monday. I have put on a lot of weight between going off and on the diet, and I am experiencing, as well as John, keto flu again. Yay! And I have been hitting the electrolytes. I've been taking my potassium, I've been doing the shots of pickle juice, I'm doing pink salt in my water, Powerade Zero, all the things, and I still have a little bit of an electrolyte imbalance. It just happens. When I have this situation, I tend to just go for the pickle juice, and that usually will bring me back to life. And if I feel like I'm severely dehydrated, like I have been known to drink a whole entire bottle of pickle juice. So that's kind of how I deal with electrolyte imbalance. I usually know when I'm out of balance with either heart palpitations or I just feel yucky, and that's okay. That tends to happen. It probably does happen as time goes on. I've noticed it's happening now that I've gone off and on keto so many times. Like when I am strict keto again, I feel all the things. It sucks. It's rough out here, guys. It really is. Like when you stop eating carbs and then eat a bunch of them and then start and stop and start and stop and start and stop, I do not suggest, because I'm paying the price. I had that Dear 400 Pound Lauren talk the other day, got myself back into gear, got into my headspace, and I was like, no girl, you're not giving in to these feelings anymore. And I have it so far, and I know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, but that's how I deal with electrolyte imbalance. I just, when I start to feel yucky, I'll just hammer some pickle juice back, and that's how I really adjust. I don't have any like doctor tips as far as that goes. Ka21, Michaka. Both you and your husband done keto together, and if not, didn't you find it harder to do alone? John and I have done keto together since the beginning, so I've never done it alone. Thank goodness. I can't imagine. It's probably super difficult to have to make food that is carby for other people. Only thing I can say is that Ella does not eat what we eat, so she eats different food that's carbs, and that sucks. But it is really nice having John doing this with me. He's actually usually more motivated than I am to continue. Works really well for our bodies, and we feel our best on keto, so he stays motivated, where I'm like more of like the, I'm so sad, give me the cookies, and he's more like, no, we're gonna, you know, finish what we started, like we need to get it together. And I can't imagine not having him as my teammate to do that with me. So I would say if you can't find it in your home, or you don't have your family or somebody like a keto buddy, find one in the comment section of this YouTube video. Join the keto weight loss community as far as Instagram goes, and just find your accountability and have somebody that you can go to for your keto things in this community online. It's a big community and it does well, and there's a lot of really knowledgeable people in it. So that would be my biggest tip if you don't have somebody doing it with you. Thanks, Kiera. Charity Muzz. Do you and John have brothers and sisters? Does all your family live close by? And the hardest part of keto? No, John and I do not have brothers and sisters. All of our family lives pretty close by. And the hardest part of doing keto is, I would say, getting through the first couple weeks of like coming off of sugar and carbs. That's the hardest part of keto, is like the first couple of weeks. It really is, because you don't feel good. It sucks. You want to eat what everybody else is eating, and it's just not a good time. Like in the beginning, I wish I could make it like more fun for everybody, but the reality is it really sucks for a couple weeks. That's the hardest part, is the beginning. Because once you get over that hump, like it's seriously easy breezy sailing, beautiful cover girl. The first couple weeks are the hardest. That's the hardest part about keto. It's the first couple weeks. Lee Chapman, how do you know when you're fat adapted? You said in one video that you don't need to eat as much fat now as you did when you first started because you're now fat adapted. I would say I knew I was fat adapted about a month and a half in. I knew because, well, my hunger decreased. I just knew. I don't know how else to explain it other than I just felt amazing all the time, whether I was eating or not. I just didn't feel hungry ever, and I had boundless energy, you guys. Not like just like a little energy. I was like going all the time, even more than I am now. So that's how I knew I was fat adapted. I truly didn't have like a meter or anything to tell me I was fat adapted. You kind of just have to go off how you feel, and you have to be doing it for a while. I would say at least over a month for you to truly become fat adapted, and like for your body to know you burn fat for fuel. I truly don't know if I'm fat adapted anymore after all the damage I've done with going off and on keto. More than likely I'm not. So I'm experiencing keto flu again. I'm experiencing being really lethargic and tired and fuzzy head and all of those things. So I truly don't believe I'm fat adapted anymore, but I was for a good solid minute, and it was glorious. It was amazing, and I just didn't find I needed to eat as much fat to make me feel satisfied. How I knew I was fat adapted. I had a lot of energy, and I was never ever hungry, ever. Christy Els, what is your favorite place to shop for clothing? Like, where is my favorite place to shop for clothing? Oh, so many. I got this shirt at Bell's Outlet. I like Bell's Outlet. I like Target. I love Target. I shop at Target all the time. I really like Torrid. Those are pretty much it. Target, Torrid, Bell's Outlet, and Ross sometimes maybe. This is from Eve. What I've seen, you have your daughter in ABA 40 hours a week. Is there a reason you chose ABA over a regular school setting, or does she also go to school? Great question. Yes, Ella is in ABA 40 hours a week. We chose ABA because Ella was not able to communicate with us. She was having some problem behaviors that actually prevented her from going to a school setting. And we found with starting ABA that she really took off and like was thriving with that kind of therapy. So we continued forward, and we decided to make the conscious decision to not school her this year. I'm technically unschooling or homeschooling, and she's continuing at Bass for 40 hours. She's benefiting more from them learning life skills and basically how to be able to tolerate a classroom-like setting with all of the therapy she's receiving, so that she has her best chance when going to a school to actually be successful and not just be warehoused. Our goal with Ella is for her to be able to go to school and actually benefit and get an education, not just basically babysit her. I want her to be able to be with her peers, learn in a classroom setting, get a diploma, go to college, or do whatever she wants to do. But my main goal with her is to have her life skills that she needs to be able to survive in a school setting without an aid with her at all times, if that makes any sense. So that's why we chose ABA therapy. There's some things that she needs to have in her arsenal of tools of life skills in order for her to be successful in a school setting without her having to be like warehoused. The thought of warehousing kids in like the way the public school system works when it comes to special needs kids, it's really failing our children. Maybe not every school. There's some schools that are, you know, really starting to incorporate ABA into the classroom and really wanting these kids to succeed, but the harsh reality is that a lot of these kids go to the public schools and they're put in a classroom with a couple of teachers or aides who truly have no idea what it takes to teach a child on the spectrum or to really help them benefit from being at school. So it's a lot of, it's like glorified babysitting, and that's just not for my girl. I won't have it. I want her to make progress forward. I don't need a babysitter. I need her to be learning, and at whatever pace or whatever rate she's gonna learn at, that's what I need for her, and that's what I won't settle for anything less. So that got really deep, but those are the questions I'm gonna answer for right now so that I don't talk forever. But you guys really have amazing questions, and I hope I answered most of them or some of them the way that you hoped I would, or whatever. I don't know. Back on the keto train, chugging. I don't see any signs of us falling off, to be honest with you, because like we had to come to Jesus, and it's just like, this is what it is. It has to be this way, and that's the end of it. So we're feeling kind of terrible, but we're getting through it, and I'm in the thick of it with you guys. I think that's why we get along so well, is because I'm not sitting here telling you like, oh, this is perfect and it's so easy, just do it. It is easy. It really is easy to eat this way after a couple weeks and you get the hang of it. But at the end of the day, like, we're all human. We have bad days. Like, who wants to make their meals every night? Like, I get it, and I truly get it. So I think that's why we have this good thing going here. Like, we get each other. I truly understand your feelings. I get you. Probably the same, basically. Like, we are the same. I'm in the thick of it with you. I'm struggling too. I understand your struggle, and I love you guys, and I'm so proud of you guys for whatever progress you make forward in life, on keto, whatever you're doing. I'm proud of you. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to be doing another giveaway when we hit 25,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year. I cannot wait for that. And thank you guys for just being here with me, being here for me. It means the world to me, and I'll say it every time because I truly mean it. You guys mean the world to me. I love you, and we will see you in our next video. I can go put my hair in a bun and act like, you guys know I don't look like this. Like, this is not my life. This is not my life. I have literally yoga pants on, so whatever. But yeah, until next time, I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.